Hi everyone, welcome to episode 7 of the X Factor Wrestling Show. Now I'm going to do something a little different this time. Every episode I'm wondering, how much time do I have left? Because they only give you 10 minutes here on YouTube. Today I've got my handy dandy egg timer, so after it rings I'll know it's time to stop talking. Also you'll notice there's music playing in the background. I'm going to try something a little bit new. Anyone, I don't know, I need to hear the ticking. Anyone who knows what this theme song is. It's an old school WCW theme song. If you can tell me whose theme song it is, I'll mention your name in the next episode. That's not much of a prize, but you know, it's something. So, you know, in my efforts to make this a little bit more interactive, if you know the theme song of who this is, send it in. First person to send it in correctly will get their name mentioned. Okay, old school WCW, that's your hint. Okay, I've got a question here. There's a lot going on in wrestling right now, but I'm gonna answer your questions for this episode because I have a few, mostly from the same people. I only got you know, 2 people sending me questions this episode, and I noticed there weren't many views for the last episode for some reason. So I don't know how that works, but Puton69 sends in. I just watched TNA and Nash said Scott Hall was Sting's partner. What about Booker T? Which is it? I'm not going to spoil next week's Impact for you, or this week's Impact for you, but wait till you see that episode and then you'll see. Okay, Scott Hall is not Sting's partner. If I recall, I heard rumors that if TNA gives Goldberg a contract like Sting's, he will join them. Is that true? Goldberg recently got paid $30,000 to appear at that San Francisco wrestling convention, which was a train wreck. Only Ring of Honor should have that. I would be very, very surprised if Goldberg were ever in TNA. He'd have to be getting like ridiculous amounts of money. He'd be paid more than Sting. That's what his demands were. He wants to be paid more than Sting. And plain I don't see it happening. It could happen. I don't see it happening though. Is there a possibility for the comeback 3 count? Gregory Helms MySpace, he was talking about him and Shannon Moore wanting to team up again. Do you think they'll team up again with a new gimmick? Not such a bad idea, because I think the Cruiserweight division has pretty much, you know, fizzled out. And Shannon Moore's not really doing anything important at all, so. And Gregory Helms is still out, or he's due to come back at some point here, but, yeah, I mean, I could see something going on. I mean, if they're trying to reinvigorate the tag team division, I think, you know, that would be a good spot for cruiserweights to sort of build themselves up. I mean, look at London and Kendrick. They're, you know, that would be a great match. Helms and Moore against London and Kendrick. You know, and I mean, look at how Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, look how they came to, how they got themselves over. The Rockers, the Hart Foundation. So, I think it would be a good idea. I don't know if it will happen, but I think it would be a good idea. Will any promotion ever bring back the hardcore title? That would actually bring back some excitement, yet no one uses it. Why? Well, the hardcore title was sort of WWE's answer to ECW, and it wouldn't be over anymore. And personally, myself, I hate hardcore wrestling. I will shut it. I'll change the channel. If there's a trash can in the ring, or a pizza pan, or, you know, or a steel chair as far as I can handle, or a sledgehammer like a Triple H, if it's used for a purpose, if there's a weapon that's used for a purpose, other than to get a cheap pop, then okay. I mean, you know, you've seen the ring bell be used by a heel to get heat. That's fine. But when people are in the ring just beating the crap out of each other with pizza pans and garbage cans and even the kitchen sink now, not for me. I don't think you'll ever see the hardcore title again. I think it was a joke when they had it, the 24/7 rule. I think that was ridiculous. I don't think you'll ever see the hardcore title again. You know, especially with ECW now, supposedly being hardcore. No. King of Kings 323 sent in. Thanks, I love the show. Can you tell us if any wrestlers might ever return and not just for a special appearance? I mean ready to wrestle again. For example, Austin, Rock, Mankind, Billy Gunn, Goldberg, to a lesser extent Hogan. And if you can name others and tell us their situation. Well, I would say Austin and Rock will never come back. Austin because of his neck injury. I'm down to 3 minutes here. Austin because of his neck injury. Rock because he's making far more money in Hollywood without the risk of getting injured, or a much, 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 much lower risk of getting injured. So he'll never come back. He's making less risk. Mick Foley, Mankind, I don't see him doing anything other than a special appearance like he's doing now. Billy Gunn will never be in the WWE again, but he's in TNA as Kick James. Goldberg, again, TNA maybe, but I doubt it. Hogan never will. I don't think Hogan will ever be in the WWE again unless it's as a special appearance. He'll never work full-time again. The only guy I can see coming back full-time right now is Scott Hall to TNA. And Booker T, obviously, but Scott Hall to TNA is supposedly coming back for one more run to see if he can do it. He's got himself back in shape, so let's hope he can pull it off. Also, I've heard that Sable, or Reina Lesnar now, not Reina Mero anymore, Reina Lesnar, he used to be known as Sable, is supposedly in talks to come back as the new general manager of SmackDown. So we'll see if that pans out. I think it would be kind of interesting, actually. I mean, I think she'd do a better job than Vicky Guerrero myself, but I don't buy for Vicky Guerrero on TV. But anyway, Genesis is coming up next Sunday. I don't really watch TNA that much, to be honest with you. I mean, I follow it off and on, but I'm not much of a TNA fan. I think ever since Vince Russo joined the ranks, it's just too, I don't know, it cheapened TNA. I didn't like the six-sided ring to begin with, but he added Vince Russo's gimmicky crap, and it ruined it. Now, I'm gonna check out the show on Thursday night and see what happens, you know, see if I like it. I usually watch their pay-per-views. Their pay-per-views are always better than Impact. Genesis coming up next Sunday, I'll definitely be watching because they usually have a couple good matches. And, you know, we'll see. So send in your questions and send in the answer. Who is this theme song? Who does it belong to? Old school WCW. Send in your answers, and if you guess it right, I'll mention your name and you'll get your props on the next show. Thanks for watching.